Right, Kahalo.
Yeah.
Ba'ashimika Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. The salutation to the Akim, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Once again, we're on the highways and hedges. Give me Proverbs 1 and 20. We're on the highways once again, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. We're in detrimental times. Well, it's good times for us Israelites, because we're coming to the end of the Greco-Roman Empire. The black man's going to rule, the Hispanic man's going to rule, the Native Indian man's going to rule, and all these other nations are going to be under our foot, like they're supposed to be, especially the white man, who calls himself, what do you call himself? The Europeans, when they're really the Edomites of the Bible. Yeah, everyone's got a biblical nationality. You know, they don't believe in the Bible, but they're going to come to that realization that the Bible is the truth. Right? Get me Proverbs 1 and 20, and then get me Revelation 6 and 9. Yeah? Because we're at, right, brother? What's your nationality? Your thumbs up, yeah? Wait till there's no food in the shop, you're going to eat your thumb. Proverbs 1 and 20, the Holy Bible.
Look at Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20.
Right?
It says, wisdom cries without.
Wisdom crieth without.
Utters her voice in the streets.
Right, she cries in the streets. That's why the Lord said to come out in the streets, amongst the chief place of concourse, the people, especially the Israelites. Come out and tell God's people that the one they call Jesus Christ, the black guy's coming. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. And the ones that don't want to hear, they're going to die with the white man. Yeah? They're going to die with the Chinese man. They're going to die with all these other nations. Because this is life and death we're talking. Yeah? You can't see what's happening in the world today. Nuclear war is on the horizon. Yeah? Famines is on the horizon. All these so-called it's a detrimental time they're coming. The Bible talks about a time that has never been before. Yeah? So read that again.
So see, look at Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20.
Right?
Wisdom cries without.
Right?
Utters her voice in the streets.
Right, so we're going to see the men on the streets. Read on.
So see, she cries in the chief place of concourse.
Right, concourse is where people's walking up and down. They've got 2 ears, so they've got to do more listening than talking. You see? 2 ears and 1 mouth. Yeah? Read on.
With the openings of the gates.
Right, and the gates is where, if you knew about the ancient times, you had your city and you had gates where people come in. You had the elders at the gates, and the elders was asked, why are you coming into this city? You know what I mean? Because a gate gives you a boundary where you can't cross. So read on.
In the city, she uttered her word saying,
Right.
how long you city ones will you love simplicity?
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right, so fools hate this knowledge, and scorners delight in this. We had scorners here last week. A mash-mat Negro and a drunken bum cracker. Yeah? So get me Revelations. Let's read about the old to reveal. Revelation is revealing something in these last days. That these nuclear weapons are going to fly. And it's going to be frying tonight. Yeah, Revelation 6 and 9.
Look at Revelation chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the 5th seal,
No, Revelation 6 and 9. Yeah, put that slap in there.
says here, Revelation chapter
Who's close up to the bottom of my duty?
Revelation chapter 6, verse 1.
Yeah?
Says here, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals.
Right, the Lamb is the one you call Jesus Christ. Yeah? When you saw him open the seals, yeah?
And I heard, as it were, the noise of a thunder, and one of 4 beasts saying, come and see.
Right?
And I saw and behold a white horse,
Right?
and he that sat on him had a bow.
Right, the white horse represents purity. That's why white people call themselves white. But they are pure, but they're the pure devil. You understand?
Pure wickedness.
Yeah, pure, one unadulterated wicked. That's why they call themselves white people, because it symbolizes purity. Read on. He's in jail. Tell me their station.
Says here, and I saw and behold a white horse, and he sat on him, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him.
Right, that's Yahushua. Read.
And he went forth from conquering and to conquer.
And that's why he's going to come back. It tells you the lion has come up from his thicket. The destroyer of the Gentiles is going to break. That's future prophecy. Right? This Bible is about what happened in the past and what's going to happen in... You know that, sister? You know what? I haven't even said that yet. You dodge your head.
That's like
Our people are simple, bro.
that's what they depicted that people had watched Dragon Ball. See, I never watched it, but I saw an episode where Goku was coming back from a certain realm, wasn't it? And like, I don't know who it was the characters, but they used it. And that was basically how Shai coming back to oversee. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, Goku's like, oh, we need to go to Goku. There was like chanting and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But like when you watch that, it depicts it scripturally. And that's basically how Shai coming back to defeat these, you know, because they had like, what's his name? Sailor and all that stuff, like the evil characters. And he was kind of like, wipe everything away and bring things back to normal.
Right, and that's what the Lord's going to do. So everything back to factory state.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Says here, Revelation 6 and 3.
Right?
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red.
Right, and another horse that was red. Which is that other horse that was red? Talking about the Roman Empire, the so-called white man. Not white, it's red. Yeah? Read that again. The red man.
And there went out another horse that was red.
Another horse that's red.
And power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right, and as soon as this white man come into power, he took peace from the earth. Let me hold that, get the photographer. Get Maccabees, first Maccabees, the first chapter. Let's see, this is history. When the white man come into power, he took peace from the earth. Did you know that? You know that's history. When the Greeks... Who's got nuclear weapons? Who dropped the bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The white man, so he took peace from the earth. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. We're going to read it. Read that. It's in the Bible.
From the Israelites.
From the whole earth. He's
That's why he's from
coming
the
in.
Enoch. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting for, you know, so he's still, remember, what's his name? Ishmael got his part in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So he's
All
still
of them
fighting
have
for his
got
part.
Moab, all of them got part. All of them have got their part. But the white man's at the hegemony. He's at the top of it. You understand?
Well, it says here, first Maccabees chapter 1.
This is how the so-called white man took peace from the earth. The red horse. Yeah? Read that.
Verse 1, and it says here, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes.
Right, so it's talking about history here. Alexander the Freak. Yeah? Because you know, his modus operandi was a homosexual. He swung both ways. You know how the Edomites, the so-called white people, they swing both ways. You understand?
It's been 3 days because now we're with animals. So,
Let's swing anyway. Let's just put it as that. Let's swing anyway. Anyway, there's a hole. There's some
there's a
stuff.
couple, isn't it? There's a whole lot of everyone's.
Yeah, nasty booger. Let's just say it. Country booger. Yeah, there you go.
That he reigned in his stead.
Bring that part again. Start from the top.
First record, Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1.
Right, Maccabees. They were Israelites. And they fought against the Roman Empire. This is the history they don't teach us. You know about the Maccabees? You heard about the Maccabees? How old are you? 24 years, I'm a youngster. So, if you know about history, what they teach about history, where black people come from?
Well, fortunately, I learned about the slave trade.
Yeah.
I think on the Bible.
So they told us we come from where? Africa.
Yeah.
Right, do you believe you're from Africa? Huh?
I think so, yeah.
You think so? Yeah. See, that's what I mean. We're from Jerusalem. We are the real Jews. Africa's named after a white man. You know, Leo Scipio Africanus. Did you know that? See? When he conquered that region during the Second Punic War, when he took down Hannibal. Yeah, but this is what they don't teach us. They teach us we're just blacks in Africa swinging on trees. We're the royalty. When you look at Queen Elizabeth I, that's a black woman. Henry VIII is a black man. King James is black. Mozart, Beethoven, hiding. All these people, what they put in the hegemony, they put up, they're all us. But what they did is they said, look, why we got these niggas subjugated in slavery? You see that much in slavery? They said, listen, ever watch Roots when they beat the slaves? So they beat out of us. And what they did is with the elders, they killed. You know the ones what knew? They killed them. So if you get rid of all that knowledge, yeah, if you get rid of all that knowledge, then they can start to brain dirty you with their knowledge. So they called us black people. Are you black? You are. Your jacket is black. Come here. Your jacket's black, you're brown. That shows you how brain dirty you are. You see? Of course you see. So this they've done a good number on us, you see? Our people are just, as we told you, Hosea 4 and 6, our people are destroyed. And they don't want to hear the truth because they're comfortable in this wicked place, especially the woman.
They don't want to be revealed. See that revealed there? All that is correction.
Yeah. But they can't take it because they're proud. Our people are proud. They've got nothing. They're proud, but they've got nothing, but they're still proud. But pride goeth before destruction, and Holy Spirit before
that's Proverbs 1 and 20, the reproach. It says here, First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'll read one of them, sorry.
Yeah.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1. And it happened that after Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
Right, and that's his father, Philip the Macedonian. Another homosexual. Yeah, read? Well, swings both. Well, anyway, which way? Because as long as it's a way, you know, not the right one. Then.
Says here, who came out of the land of Chetim and smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes.
And that's history. If you go to the library, you can learn about Darius and Cyrus. They're the Medo-Persians. The Persians, the Medo-Persian Empire is when I think it was Darius took over Cyrus. Because the Persians are the Iranians now. What it was, they become the conquerors, so they took over the kingdom. They took over that. You understand? That's why I told you it was lopsided. When you read about the history, it tells you about it's lopsided. That the Persians took over the Medes. Yeah. Read on.
It says here, the Persian Medes that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
Right, and Alexander reigned the first over Greece. The Greeks were the so-called, they called them the sons of Japheth, the Samoans, the Fijians, and the so-called Aborigines of Australia. These are the children of Japheth, the Etruscans and the Minoans they called in that time. But they're the sons of Japheth. So Alexander, just like today, those Jewish people are claiming to be us. They moved us out the way, and then they took on our national origin, calling themselves us. Just like they call themselves the so-called white man. He goes and conquers and calls himself Greeks. Just like today, he calls himself the Egyptians. When they watch the movies, they put themselves up as Egyptians, great people. So they stole everything. Not only physical, tangible, solids as in gold, but they've stolen people's origins, national origins. Yeah? Namely, the Jews. They stole the chosen people. They've stolen their national origin, claiming to be the so-called the people who went through the slave trade, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
It says here, and made many wars and won many strongholds.
Right, so made many wars. The so-called white man was created to make wars. And what's happening now? He's fighting his own now. The Russian is fighting in Ukraine. That's white on white crime. Yeah? All of a sudden they're being fed with their own flesh. But they're still persecuting the so-called Negroes over there. Because in Ukraine everybody's, oh, Ukraine! But they're not worried about the black people who are being persecuted over there. You know? They'll tell you about, oh, there's a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl's dying. But they're persecuting the so-called blacks over there. Because they're only worried about their own. And that's why the Lord said he's going to destroy these demons. These devils are going to be destroyed, man. Because they're hypocrites. Yeah? A bunch of actors. That's what it means. That's what hypocrite means, an actor. They're the best actors and actresses. That's why they win all the Oscars. Yeah? Read on.
And made many wars and won many strongholds,
Right.
slew the kings of the earth.
Right, so the white man's gone throughout the earth with these weapons of war, yeah? And just slew people and dropped bombs on them and taken their resources. Same thing with Alexander. There's nothing new under the sun. This is what the crackers been doing from day one. The Edomite. Going through the earth, stealing, robbing, killing. Yeah? Maybe killing, murdering. Because he does it for no reason. He murders. Yeah? He does.
He went through the ends of the earth,
Yeah?
took spoils of many nations.
Right, robbing these people, even the so-called Elam, the Edomites, you know?
Elam, Ishmael, and the so-called Arabs, and the so-called Indians, man, they went over there, and even up to the point where they changed, like you said, they changed the national dish. They even stole their national dish, and so-called now the British national dish is chicken and stolen.
Yeah, curry. Yeah, curry.
Just down to the little point, they stole everything.
You know why, isn't it? Because they have no culture. They're culture vultures. You know what I mean? That's who they are. They're nobodies. Bottom nation. Baseman. Yeah?
That's why America's a melting pot.
Yeah, because they need that for their kingdom to function. Like you say, when you've got places like Russia where there's more Caucasians, it's dead. The society's dead. They need other nations to spice it up, to spruce it up. You know?
Says here,
Read them.
so much that the earth was quiet before him.
Right, so the earth was quiet before the white man come into power. Yeah? As soon as he come into power, yeah, the so-called Caucasian man. Do you know about your history, sir?
Well, I mean, you know, I know I've got a lot to be embarrassed about.
I say, yeah, at least you're truthful.
At least you're admitting.
Yeah, at least you're
Yeah,
truthful.
but the way I see it, okay, first thing what I have to acknowledge, right,
What's that?
is that the body that I'm in is not a great body.
As in what? As in what?
In that here I am, some kind of white.
Would you say you're white though? Because this is white. More white than you. What would you say you really are? Because
I
even
don't know.
that is masquerading who you are.
When I was at school, in North Cornwall, I was doing
Lucy Dago.
Reese Dago. That was
Who
the
called you that now?
everybody. That was the abuse for me when I was at school. That was the
Oh,
abuse.
was your own Caucasian people calling you that?
They didn't see me as Caucasian
When you see
the
that?
same way. They saw me as a Reese Dago.
No, but who was calling you? Was it so-called
Cornish
Caucasian?
people. Cornish people.
Cornish or who? White people. So-called white people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why? Because where the area he was from?
Cornwall.
No, I'm saying they called you a Lucy Dago because of what? Because of the area you was from.
Where they thought I came from. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they looked at me and they called me names
Yeah.
because of my physical appearance.
Right.
But that was nothing, and we're talking in the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This doesn't compare with what, for example, Ugandan nations, Kenyan nations,
We're not worried about them Kenyans and all that. They never went through what we went through.
and Caribbean.
That's the people we're dealing with, the Benjamins and the so-called African Americans and the North American Indians.
But I suppose what I was saying to you
Yeah.
is that, well, I mean, there's been slavery everywhere.
No,
So
not like
it's
this.
not the
It
exclusive
tells you
preserve.
there's no slavery been like ours. Because if you know, the white man built his society of 400 to 500 years of free labour. Your first commodity was slaves.
Yeah,
And cotton and sugar.
Yeah.
And who was picking? Who was cutting
But
sugar?
there was
And who was picking
there was
cotton?
there was plenty of slavery before that.
Not
that built
like
the
this.
United Kingdom.
Not like this. There's no other slavery
Well, how
like
do you think
this.
the Romans got stuff built?
The Romans? You are the Romans. You so-called white men are the Romans. So you
How did the Romans
slaves.
build? Of course,
By slaves.
exactly.
Yeah.
How did the Egyptians build stuff?
by slaves.
Yeah.
But the Egyptians are not us. The Egyptians are Hamitic nations. They took us, the blacks.
Yeah.
There's no other slavery like us. That's what I'm trying to explain. You don't put us with the Africans because we are not Africans.
What I was
They're
gonna-
black like us, but they're not our people.
Right, okay.
Do you understand?
I mean, what I was going to say was,
that?
the thing that I tried to acknowledge, okay, the body that I'm in, I have to acknowledge exactly what that represents.
What does it represent?
It represents entitlement, it represents privilege,
Right.
it represents an awful, it affords me advantage
Right.
all of the
So
time.
how did you get all that? How did you get to afford it? By killing, by rape, by
Not
murder.
me personally,
No,
but
no,
my
but your
forebears.
nation. You're saying
My
your
forebears. Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So they put us. What it is, they took
Yeah.
us and they killed us.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, the so-called white man goes.
Yeah.
Do you know what your blessing was? To live by the sword. That is your blessing.
Well, it
Your
may or may
Greeks.
not have been mine. I mean,
Your
it may or
nation.
may
I'm
not
not
have been.
talking to you per se. I'm saying your nation.
Yeah, and my point, the other point I was going to make is that I'm not entirely sure what my nation is.
You're an Edomite. If you're Cornwall, if you're British, English.
I'm not. I'm Jewish.
Oh, you're
Somewhere
Jewish?
Somewhere back there,
Oh my
I'm Jewish.
God.
Somewhere back there, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Huh?
On your mother or father's
Your
side?
father,
My mother's side.
No, you're not Jewish.
No, wait a minute. Sorry, my father's mother was Jewish.
Your father's mother.
My father's mother was Jewish.
what your granddad?
Yeah, what about your granddad? He
Oh,
goes
I've
by-
no idea. No, I think he was from Essex.
No, he can't be. Everyone's determined. Your nationality is determined by your father. He carries the seed. Do you understand that?
No, that's Copper's.
Get numbers 1
Oh,
and
really?
18.
Yeah, you need to
You
know
know
about
the man carries
that's
X
Jim-
and Y chromosome. Determines the nationality and your sex.
But half my genetic makeup comes
We're going
from
to
my
find
mother.
out. This is what the Bible
Half-
says.
yeah,
Numbers 1
well,
and 18.
that's not a scientific document.
It's more scientific than any cracker put together. Trust me. It's telling you that you're going into nuclear war. Yeah? And we're on the
Oh, right,
precipice
okay.
of it.
I see
Now,
where
read
we're
that.
going now.
Wait, hold on,
I
read
see,
that. Read that.
I see where we're going. Okay.
No, this is what you said is problems. Let's see what the Bible says.
Yeah, no, listen, I tell you, I'm not.
Well, just listen for 1 second. You've got 2 ears, 1 mouth. So sometimes listen more than you talk.
It says here, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Right.
And then they gave their pedigree
Your pedigree is your ancestry, yeah? Your lineage. You carry your pedigree,
of their families
Right.
by the house of their fathers.
but your pedigree is determined by the house of your fathers.
When was this written?
2,000 years ago.
Right, okay. I think
So,
that answers quite a lot of your questions there.
There's one in,
I mean, you know,
there's one in
we've had
775.
Darwin since that happened.
Yeah, Darwin is a cracker. He's a load of rubbish. Darwin, you know that the so-called Edomite?
Okay, let me
Took
ask
a
you a
load of
question, just so
garbage.
that we can find out
Yeah.
what kind of frame of reference that we have.
Was Darwin the evolutionary man, wasn't it? Darwin was
Yes,
evolutionary.
how do you feel about you don't believe in evolution?
No, that's Darwin.
You believe that God
So how comes a monkey
Hang on,
turns
wait a
into a
minute, I'm
man
just
now?
asking you a question. I'm just asking you a
yeah.
question. So that we can just try and ascertain what our frame of reference is. You're probably, my guess is, from where this is going, is you're going to tell me that God created the earth and the things that live on it. Is that what you're about to tell me?
Yes.
Right, okay. Then we are, am I being filmed?
No.
What's that then?
That's for my person, it's on me.
For personal safety, in the public.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because you had trouble last week.
Yeah,
Come
okay,
on,
yeah, I mean,
try
I just don't
to-
want to film.
That's all right.
But,
You're being filmed. There's a camera right there. Can you see it on the top of that thing? You're being filmed.
Yeah.
Already.
But it's not hearing what I'm saying.
Huh?
But
You're spreading your knowledge. So don't you want your knowledge to be spread out there? Huh?
possibly.
Right, you see?
I mean, I think.
They gather some accolades for you.
I think
You don't read that.
you're a
Read that.
flatterer. You're a flatterer. But I think we don't have the same frame of reference.
I know.
Because
Do you know why?
am,
Do you know why we don't have the same reference?
persuaded by the idea of evolution
know why you-
more than I am by the idea
I know.
of
Do you know why you don't
creation.
have that? Because you Edomite, everyone's got biblical nationality, and the Edomite was created to do what thou will. You know that saying?
That
Do what thou will. Do you know what that means?
yeah.
Do what you feel. That's why you wasn't built with a spiritual makeup. You was
You
built
don't
with a
know that,
carnal
mate.
makeup. You just told me that. Do you believe in the Bible?
If you're talking about
Do you believe there's a God? You just said you started with God.
No,
made it.
no.
Right. So there you go.
No, I
So that's what I'm trying to
No,
say.
I
Your
don't.
makeup is that you're not built with that the spirit of God in
But
you.
all my ancestors, my parents, my parents' parents, all of those people grew up in a Christian nation. They went to church. But
They've done that as a makeup. They didn't do it because they believe it. They did it because it's what people think to do.
Yeah, I mean,
the numbers, because of the numbers of people
it
do it.
creates a framework. It
They
creates
follow,
a moral.
because
It creates a moral framework, whether we like it or not.
So, all right, then, so you talk about morals, yeah? A moral framework. But how do you feel about homosexuality?
Fine.
Thank you. So this is a moral framework. It tells you that a homosexual is supposed to get put to death. Do you know why?
Because the people that think
How
that.
did you get here?
Stop!
Did you have two men laying down or two women, or did you have a father and a mother?
I had a father and a mother.
So that shows you go against nature. You are actually created to go against nature. You are the Bible talks about there's a devil on the earth. And he would do certain things like you said. So
Why have you
it's
got
okay
picture
for a
of that
man,
actor? Why have you got a picture of that actor there?
because he's as red as hell. And what colour's the devil?
Oh God, really? Right, okay, Satan. We don't know.
Crimson. What does a crimson mean?
I don't know.
Crimson means criminal.
No, it doesn't.
It comes from, yes it does.
No, it
That's why I had
doesn't.
the Crimson Pirate. You remember the Crimson Pirate? Why did they put the two words? The criminal pirate. You see what I mean?
Not at all. Crimson.
Yes, yes.
Crimson and criminal
Yes.
do not have the
That's
same
why they have
root.
Look at the etymology of the word crimson.
I
It
know.
goes back to criminal.
That's why they have a
Okay,
saying.
crimson pirate. That's what I had.
Listen. Okay, so I believe in evolution.
I know. Because you're an
there
Edomite.
is nothing morally wrong with homosexuality.
And that's because you're an Edomite. That's what we tried to say. That's why
You are a bigot.
No, I'm not a bigot.
You
I'm a
are
man
a
of
bigot.
God. No, these are
You
your
are a
terms.
bigot.
These are your terms. What you Edomites come
What
up
would
with.
you-
Bigot
if I had said I was gay, what would you
toxic
do?
masculinity. You Edomites come up with these terms because you're not righteous. You're not one righteous
I do
bone
believe in
your
toxic
body.
masculinity. I think
You know
there
what I
is
mean?
such a thing as toxic masculinity.
Right, because you're an Edom. That's what we tried to explain to you. You're an
This
Edomite.
sounds
the
like you're
children
insulting
of
me.
Satan.
Okay. Guys, I mean, I really hope that nobody, that you don't invite any.
You don't
it's
invite
a good idea.
Edomites, right? They're
Sorry?
telling you your judgment. You're going into nuclear war. You're going to have starvation. This is all because of
You
slavery.
too?
No.
What are
not
you
us.
doing? What
No,
do you?
no,
What
no,
are your
no.
plans?
We've got someone what you ain't got. What you have.
So when if it does kick off
Huh?
in the next few months, what are your plans?
My plans, here's my plans here. My plans is in there. It's already set up. It's already been written. Theos means theatre. It goes back to God and that. That's where you get your movies. Yeah, this God's got his movie and he's playing it out right now. It's already been written. That you're going to go into captivity.
okay.
You're going into nuclear war.
Right.
All that.
Right.
It's all there. It's all in there. You maybe you don't believe it, right?
No,
You're
I
laughing.
don't.
I know. But that's why it's good when you go into nuclear war and you get starvation. You got your pestilence already here, mate. You got your pestilence here already. Yeah, your
Which one?
Nuremberg.
Which
And
one?
now you got Delta Crom. You got another one now because God
How
said
did
he's
you
going to
feel
bring
about
it.
COVID? What did you think of
So
COVID?
this is your answer, yeah?
All that.
It says Job chapter 5 verse 17. It says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. And you're not happy with the correction, or in other words, the rebuke that you're receiving. Okay? Because your spirit, obviously, you're not.
He ain't going to get. He's a
Yeah, you don't want to be.
He's proud. He's very
it
proud.
says
He's
here,
proud.
therefore, despise not thou the chastenance, the correction of the Almighty. Right? The people.
Start believing.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm trying to say.
They think they are God because they
Wait a
splice
minute, wait a
genes,
minute,
they do all that stuff.
Wait a minute,
They
wait a
got,
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You have identified me as being part of the people.
Yeah, you're an Edomite.
Which
That's
I'm
because
saying
you carry
is
the- you carry
that
the customs of a certain
this
nation.
is my awareness. That I'm aware that when I'm seen, I'm identified.
Yeah,
In
you're
my-
identified.
but that identification
Yeah.
may have nothing to do with who I am.
Do you know
If I had said to
identification?
you that I was
Do you know
gay,
the colour
what
of your
would you have
skin
done?
is your identification as well? Do you know why the sun gives you malignant melanoma? Because that's a curse. How come it doesn't give me?
Well, actually, it doesn't give me malignant.
If you stay in the sun too long,
I
you
go
get
brown.
malignant
I go brown.
melanoma.
I go brown.
That shows you got a curse on you. You got the curse of God. All this is in the Bible. It's like you won't believe it because you're not your makeup is not for this. This is for the children of Israel.
So, what I want to know.
So this is the plan of how we'll escape these troubles that you guys will come. It says here, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles.
They're
Yea,
going
in
to be
7.
delivered when the nuclear missiles get shot off from Russia, China,
Yeah.
and all them. We're going to be delivered.
Yea, in 7, there shall no evil touch thee.
Right, we're not going to be touched.
Where do you?
In famine,
famine.
because these ships are obviously on the shores, the coastline. That's the reason why these stores are not being filled as they used to, because it's a creative famine, it's a control famine.
Right, your elites in this society creating it because they're going into a digital currency. And they're going to they call it useless eaters.
So
they want to depopulate.
It says that in famine he shall redeem thee liberty from
Right,
death,
right, we're
from
gonna be
starvation,
redeemed, right?
and in war from the power of the sword.
War was coming, we're going to be delivered, the Israelites.
It says here, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue,
Right?
neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Right, the destruction was coming, is the nuclear missile, that's going to be the ultimate. The nuclear missile. But then you're going to have famine, you're going to have all kind of plagues coming.
I mean, I've heard all of this before.
Yeah, but you can see it now. Not heard it,
No,
but
I've
you can
heard it.
see it coming to fruition. What's happening now?
What were people saying 200 years ago when they were saying it's happening next week?
No, they weren't saying
Of course they were. I
they
mean,
weren't
there
saying
used to
it.
be a guy.
No.
There used to be. I've had Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, but they
and
don't,
all
no,
the
they
rest
haven't
of-
got the truth.
Who are you?
We are the Israelites.
Oh, you're the Israelites.
Yes. The sons of Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we are.
These are the 12 tribes.
You're the Israelites.
Yeah, these people over here are not the authentic Israelites. These are
No,
Khazarians.
they're Jewish.
These
They
are-
want to
So
be
what do I
us.
do? So,
They're the
okay,
Ish
so
people.
give me a so I'm damned from the outset. I'm going to the devil
You're
because I'm
damned?
white.
No, we didn't say because you're white.
Well, you've told me
because
the
of your
basics of it.
actions. You can hold it down. Because of your actions.
But you
It's
don't
all
know
about your
my
actions.
You
put
don't
us
know
in
about my
slavery.
actions.
He that lead your people.
But white
You've
people
got
do
white
that.
privilege.
I didn't do that.
You did do it.
I didn't do
Isaiah,
it.
14:21. Let's
do
see.
it.
Let's see.
I didn't
It's
do
in
it.
the Bible. Yes.
I didn't
There's
do it.
reincarnation. You've been on the earth
I'm
before.
going. It's getting boring.
I
now.
know, because you're an Edomite. Your spirit can't take truth, man. Yeah.
Was it Hebrews chapter 12 verse
16, he said the only fornicator or profane person is the white man. Yeah? But no more profane person because he's been in power for so long, he thinks nobody's going to take me down. You know what I
says
mean?
here, the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12,
Right?
the word of the Most High Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged
Oh,
sword.
you told that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how they have to flee in it.
Yeah,
We can
because-
flee with
yeah,
no man
yeah,
pursuing.
yeah. It goes up in their marrow, you know? This is not a vessel of righteousness, it's a vessel of evil. So when righteousness comes out of the Bible, it's a repellent. You know what I mean? It's like garlic to a vampire. You know? They got to flee, jump back in their coffin, you know what I mean?
Okay, listen. Yeah, vampire. It says here, because the light in it, that light is, you can't see the light.
He's a Christian and Christopher Lee, isn't it? You don't remember them guys?
No, that was before my
that was
time.
before your time, bro.
I saw it was black and white. and
Yeah,
stuff like
being a
that.
Christian and Christopher Lee. Them movies was on point, bro. You understand? Showing you like Esau, not liking the light. You understand?
That's a true, even about the picture right there. It says here, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Right, because white people don't like truth, they like lies. Yeah, they swallow in lies. Yeah, calling Jesus a white guy. You know what I mean? All these lies they tell, but now it's being broken down. It tells you lift that banner, the Bible. You know, the white man is never going to get the Bible because he's the son of Satan. Did you know that, man? White people are the son of Satan, the daughters of Satan, and they ain't going to believe the Bible because it talks about their downfall. You know, read that.
It says here,